If you were to talk to any of my close family and friends, they'll tell you that I've made no secret about my love-hate relationship with playing cover gigs. Probably comes from the fact that I've been doing it for over 10 years now, and for the last 7 or 8 years I've been doing it solo. And that can include, you know, a lot of the same sort of songs, same bars that I played in. So I think if you do anything for over 10 years, you can become a bit bored of it and disheartened with it. Now, the paradox I have with this is that I want to make a living out of playing and making music. The world of music being what it is right now, especially the price of everything. I've said this before, but you don't have to go digging far into the musical world to see that there isn't actually that much money to be made. Of course, there's money to be made. You know, Taylor Swift's a billionaire, but for the majority of us, the working musicians, it's tough. And even people that are still making their own music and touring around are still struggling with it. So I know that I'm most probably going to have to play these types of gigs for as long as I want to make music, as long as I want to, you know, make a living out of playing music. So I need to switch my mentality with this. I need to shift some things in order to be able to be interested in it again and have enthusiasm for it again. And I think the way to do it is this. Every time that I get up on stage and I play, I have the ability to learn. I have the ability to discover new things about myself, about performing, about songs, about audience reactions, interactions, the sound quality of stuff, all that sort of thing. So I've decided that from henceforth onwards, I'm going to use cover gigs as research, paid research, because of course they do pay. They are a wonderful source of research because every time I get up, I can test these things or learn these things or try things out. And equally, it will feed back into my own music and my stage performance when I do my own music, or if I'm sessioning for someone else in a creative sense. So that's what tonight is going to be. That's what I'm going to start documenting tonight, is what 2 things do I want to do new or different or try out tonight, or to take away from. Because the songs at this point, I try to have new songs in as much as I can, both contemporary songs that are out at the moment, but also songs that I want to play, or requests that keep being asked of me that I don't have in the repertoire yet. And I found myself going on a bit of autopilot and zoning out, so I want to do less of that. Tonight's gig, what I want to try is to be in the moment of playing. I don't want to get distracted by people coming in, or by people not paying attention, or by people shouting or whatever. Now that's going to be tricky because part of my job tonight is to be an entertainer. So I need to read the room. I need to interact with the crowd fundamentally to get them to buy more alcohol. That's the point of it, really, if we're being truthful. But I can still do that whilst being in the moment of playing music without drifting off. You know, without going on autopilot. So that's the first thing, to be truly in the moment for as long and as heartfelt as possible. The second thing I want to do, to link with the first one, is to be mindful of my playing, is to be thoughtful with my solo choices, to be thoughtful of my positioning, because I've had a lot of issues with my back and shoulders and hands and stuff like that, because I get too tense and I get too scrolled up. So I want to be mindful of my positioning, of my playing, of my back, of my physique. So that's the 2 things: to be in the moment with the music and to be mindful of my body. All right?
Surprise side. Let your
My mum's gonna love that. Bloody sweaty, bloody sweaty. So probably by the footage you've seen, that went very well. That was probably one of the best gigs I've had, best cover gigs at the place tonight for a very long time. Pretty full the whole way through. People were respectful but drunk, you know, so it was good fun, but they weren't. Sometimes it can be like, oh, let's go away. So did I do the two things that I set out to do tonight? Was I mindful of my playing, and was I mindful of my body? Yes to both of them. Was I mindful to both of those things in every set, exactly the same mentality? No, it did fluctuate, and I suppose maybe it's always going to, but just getting pulled by the crowd and sort of thinking, oh, I'm thirsty, oh, I should have taken a drink before I started this song, sort of thing. But that's okay, because when I did notice I was going off, I'd pull myself back. I'm happy with that. The playing as well, I only really one time when I started, and then once at the end when I was like, no, be mindful of the playing. So that I need to get better at. I've got some tips tonight as well. It's been a while since I've got tips, and quite a lot as well. And this is also a thing. This is going to be the thing that I do at every cover gig, and I'm going to try to make sure that I do at every cover gig, is promote my own stuff. Now, the bars, although I haven't actually had a conversation with them about it, they don't really tend to like you playing your own stuff in an Irish pub or a cover gig, because A, it might be terrible, but also B, people don't know it. Having said that, sometimes you play cover songs that people don't really know, but they're still cover songs, so sometimes I squeeze them in. But what I mean about telling people about my stuff is that afterwards, or in between the sets, I had a few people come over and say that was really good, or they really enjoyed it, and I was like, well, if you did, that's amazing, but here's my stuff, go and listen to my stuff. I'd really appreciate it. If you liked what you saw tonight, I'd really love it if you go and listen to my stuff. So I think I'm going to do more of that, because it reinforces it to myself that I still have my dream of doing all my own stuff in place of doing gigs like this. So it's a reminder of why I'm doing stuff like this as well. Thank you very much for watching this. If you've got this far and you like what you've seen, I'd appreciate if you subscribed and followed. I've just released a new song. Have a look in the old description for links to that. I'd really appreciate that. And let me know how your gig was. Thank you for watching. I love you. See you soon.